Hi, I just wanted to have a quick chat with you and let you know what's happened over the weekend, because the government has brought out a little bit more detail about the moratorium on evictions for the next 6 months. So we do have some information. Please reach out to the Department of Fair Traiding if you'd like to read it in more detail, because it is on their site there. It's called the 6 months moratorium on residential tenancy evictions during COVID-19, but I've just thought I'd give you a quick snapshot of what it actually says. So there is a requirement that the landlord is required to negotiate a reduced rent with a tenant in good faith in the first instance. So there is a process around this. The Department of Fair Traiding really will only get involved with that process if we aren't able to broker a agreement between yourselves as the landlords and the tenant. Before we go down the road of negotiating, we need to make sure that the household has been affected, and one of the requirements for eligibility is that there's been a reduction of the income coming into that home by at least 25% or more. So we need to see proof of what's happened. So proof of job termination or stand down or loss of hours of work. So tenants have to be able to show us documentation that clearly outline that. There needs to be proof of any government income support, and we also need to know what their income was prior to the impact of the wage reduction that they're experiencing. So we are able to negotiate a rent for the tenant and have the balance of that amount accrue, and then that actually becomes payable down the track. But the government has also said it could be an agreement between a landlord and a tenant to waiver that difference as well. So they're not saying that you have to waiver that amount, but they're also saying that you could waiver that amount. So it's just something to be aware of. They just really want to make sure that we're doing everything that we can. So the two processes are that the tenant reduces the rent for a little bit of, for a period of time, maybe 2 months, 3 months, and then it gets assessed at the end of that period, and we see whether they're back to a normal pay situation and they can go back to the normal rent, and that difference between what they were paying and what they are paying becomes an amount that they have to pay back over time. Or you could actually just say to them, look, we're going to reduce the rent from A to B, and we're not going to look at the difference down the track being repaid. So they're the two options that are out there. If you need any further clarification, please just give me a call. My number's 04 26 264 771, and know that I'm always here to help you and answer your questions as best I can. Bye for now.